All right. Well, welcome. Joan Harper, you are on the ball today. You're number one, and we're just going to go quick live here at Trucking Answers to see what everybody's got to say today. So that's what we're doing. Talking about the winter storm, seeing what's happening out there with everybody. Hello, everyone, and see what's going on. Wouldn't like other channels. Well, I'll wait for 2 minutes for everybody to check in. So we're going to do that and just see what's happening. Big winter storm. Canada also having disaster up there of everything that's going on. So we'll see what's going to go on with the Canadians, And we'll see what's going on today. And so as I do some clicking, because I'm not used to clicking on Thursdays. And all right, so Nelson Luke is here today. Hey, good morning. Richard, Kitty, yeah, she that's where she is for the storm. I'll tell you what, she's all wrapped up. Todd, Northern Ohio, getting a foot. We've gotten a foot here or so in Lafayette, Indiana. Everything closed down yesterday. It was a disaster. It is still snowing here. Current traffic and weather on the 5s every 10 minutes here. It's currently snow, 19 degrees, winds to 30 miles an hour, giving a wind chill of 1 below zero. Blizzard conditions in the outlying areas. East-west roads are closed mostly. Rural road 74 is closed outside of Indy as you head toward the Natty. 69 is closed south of Indianapolis almost all the way to Evansville. 69 is also closed in the Fort Wayne area. 65 here, very slow going. It closed numerous times over the night. It's currently open. Very slow going, so park it. That's what I say. Beautiful in San Diego today. Nelson, you're banned for that kind of comment. That kind of blasphemy, that kind of terrible comment. That's not necessary. That's just not necessary. Running Laredo to Philly, Ken. Hopefully I stay on the rain side. Yeah, well, the rain side is southern Indiana at the moment. So as long as that line, you're okay. Cassius King Trucking, sunny in -4 in Minneapolis. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's probably better than here, really. Doctor today, later delivery in Newburyport, Massachusetts. Paul, all right. Well, I don't know what it's doing up there. Probably nothing good. I'm shut it down in New London, Missouri. It's better late than in a ditch, chicken hauler to skateboarder. That's correct, and that's the point I want to get out today. Fur Hernandez. Anyone can give info about 55 south of Chicago. Yeah, well, I don't know about 55. 57, I do know in the southern part of it, Illinois, mid to south Illinois, is closed. I saw that on the map. Mark Safe in Knoxville, Tennessee. Creature 937, that's awesome. Weather on the 2s, right, every 10 minutes as we go along. Rates are through the roof, all the way to the credit union. Cash is king, that's true. And if you're out doing Uber and a four-wheel drive, I saw that. They're slapping in Lafayette an extra $10 per ride on, besides your ride fee. So, and $50 for 10 rides. So, pretty nice. You'd be looking at probably $40 to $50 an hour netting your pocket here in Lafayette if you were out rolling around. If there's actually people moving. And there's not 5 cars on the map, so I actually think there are people moving around because the bus is on limited service today. Smooth, stuck on the I-10 West, crash, snow and ice near Sheffield, Texas. Oh, I saw Texas. It's a disaster today. Bunch of lines down. People don't have power. Fortunately, most of the lines in Lafayette, Indiana are buried. So we don't have problems. I rarely lose power here. Very rarely lose power. Only if somebody runs into something. Jones getting all the ice. Right. Further south got ice. Ice, baby. And up here, we got snow, baby. So let's see. Trying to get to Chicago. I doubt that's happening, Michael. Yeah, just park it. It's not worth it. None of these loads are worth it. Okay. How I handle the winter storm, I'm here at home. I ain't go to work. I call them. I'm like, no, thank you. See, we'll talk tomorrow. I said 90% chance not tomorrow. That's what I told him yesterday. So, and it turns out they ended up nobody left out. He goes, oh yeah, we got somebody stuck in the driveway and nobody can get in and out. I'm like, of course, because they don't plow the lot. So that's also a problem. Kent, currently in Roanoke is all rain. You're on the rain side of it. Good. 77 here at home in Florida. Neil, nice. Just nice. 77. Uncle D's Productions, I agree, right. Wind chill -20 in Minneapolis. Also, right, same as here. So you're getting the same kind of cold weather we're getting. Because later, winds are going to gust to 45 miles an hour here with this dry snow. They expect blizzard conditions overnight. The snow ends here at 9 p.m. about in Lafayette, Indiana. So it's going to snow the rest of the day. We should end up with 14 to 18 inches of snow here in 2 days. Going snowboarding on a snow day. Yeah, I've been out there kicking up the snow a little bit. That's how the kids talk about it. Foggy but 40 in Coos Bay, Oregon. Well, that's better. Boy, that would seem like great. Going out here, it's a disaster. Paul, it's in the 40s, raining today. Ice into the morning. That's still not bad. I mean, this is a total mess here. On 80 in Ohio, heading to Romulus, 100 miles from Toledo. Snowing pretty good. Roads could be worse. Yeah, exactly. That actually, you're on the better side of it, I think. Jonah has power for now. We never lose power. With buried lines, I mean, that's one of the best things they probably ever did here. Most of the lines in town, other than right downtown, the old part of town, they're all buried. So, use Uber Black to breakfast this morning, not waiting on the car to warm up. Wow. Wow. That's how much the rates are. Call a black car out there for you. I don't qualify for black, so pretty nice. Will they pick you up in for that? Can't no house sleet in the house with 2 cats. That's not good. You need a roof on that place. We can't have sleet coming in the house. Smart Trucking is not talking about the trucker protest. I wonder why not. I mean, I have some information here, right? Their GoFundMe. If you saw that, the protest in Canada, the GoFundMe is up to $10 million. Number one, the government wants it. The government says, well, they should have to pay for all the trouble they've given us, and GoFundMe won't release the money because they're looking into whether the protest is legitimate or not. This is why you do not fund a large protest through GoFundMe or any third party or anything else. They should have set up and had the money come to them directly. Okay, that's how they should have done it without going through GoFundMe. These goofy third-party sites like that where you're trying to gather a large amount of money, you're never going to get the money. Okay, they've released some of it, but $1 million, I think, out of the $10 million. They're never going to get the rest of it. All the politicians want it now, and now the GoFundMe says, well, we're holding the money now. We're not going to release it because it may violate our terms, and so the people might not get the money. Go get the money yourself. There's supposedly a convoy here, too. LA to DC at some point, so they don't have a date yet. I signed up on their site too, on their Facebook page, to see what they're doing. Nothing is in concrete yet, and here's the problem with the one here. All right, what if somebody said, oh, they should go now, and so other drivers said, well, we have loads that we've agreed to deliver. We have to go do that. See, that's the problem. Once you put money over freedom, then you don't get your freedom. So it's simple as that. Simple as that. My company sent a message on the old Qualicom. Shut it down if you think it's not safe. Well, that's what they should do, right? They should say, look, for any reason, and what they should do also is pay people, and they should also not give you any grief about it, because when people have to make a choice, they may go because they're worried they're going to lose their job or lose money. So that's not great either. Well, Uber Black was a Lincoln SUV. Very nice. Lincoln would qualify for black car. That's pretty nice. Should have been all nice and warm in there. They should have had all the seats on. I do that. I always have the seats turned on in the car if I'm out in the wintertime. And so, absolutely. Smart Trucking is afraid to talk about it. Why? What are they going to do to him? Who's he afraid of? The government? Maybe. I guess maybe. That's a problem. If you're afraid that the government will silence you, I don't know. I haven't talked to Dave in some time, so. Convoy ended a beautiful sight. It could be if people get going. Of course, a convoy right now wouldn't be doing any good to be stopped somewhere in this country, to convoy across the country. And it'll probably go, LA will probably run the South route at the moment. I don't know. I mean, it's all very loose, very loosely put together. So what will happen to it here? I don't know. You know how those things go. It'll be 10 people. So maybe nothing will happen with it. Did anybody else park? Am I the only chicken out here? And I'm happy to wear that hat. You know where I am safe. That's what. There's no load unless you're delivering a transplant for somebody. Other than that, it's really not worth driving in a foot of snow where the roads are terrible. Oh goodness, Just King Trucking. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Holy mackerel. Just trying to get some info out. I appreciate it. And what kind of SUV? I'm always curious. Do people do this in like a Navigator? Because there's one over here at the Lincoln dealer, $106,000. So are people out running that around in a Navigator? Wait, and if it has heated rear seats, that's a reserve edition. So pretty nice. I waited till 1 a.m. That way there was no idiots on the road. Flat highway. Well, that wouldn't have got you anywhere. I mean, if you're here in town, that's ridiculous. What are we doing driving around? You're right here with me. You should be parked. Oh my gosh. I'm shut down near Shelbyville. Got out of the Natty Park before the storm hit. Company says safety over freight. Good. And 74 out there in that area is closed right now anyway. It was a few minutes ago on the map. I saw a bunch of closures out there. It isn't going to get any better there until tomorrow morning. So you may not see me pass by you until tomorrow night. Been parked since Monday. We'll go back out in the spring thaw. Trucker with T-Bone. Wow. That's a winter parking right there. Canada does not have the same for you in special we do to get shut him down. What is the heck? Canada does not have the same for you in a special we do to get... What the heck? We're going to have to reprint that or I'm not reading it right. My Avalon was 1 year too old to qualify for black. An Avalon would go black on a Toyota? Really? I'd have to look that up here. I don't know if that qualifies here. You can, I wouldn't want to pay extra to be rolling around in a Toyota. I mean, seriously. And Avalons are nice. I'll give you that. But, really? Don't you want a Lincoln to pick you up or something like that? And for black, it should be a luxury name. A Toyota, I don't know. The Avalon, I'd rather the Lexus version of it pick me up. Just because you're paying extra, so you kind of want that badge on there. I think you should rebadge it. Go down to the, what do they call them now? Auto Recycling Center. And get some Lexus badges and stick it on there. Because now the Lexus and Avalon, same cars. So rebadge it and maybe get it put on. Yeah, I don't know what I'd think about a Toyota picking me up like that. U.S. Freedom Convoy headed to Lafayette. The manhole will be full, so I'll park on Sagamore. Oh, wow, they're going to come right through town here? That'll be something. There'll be plenty of parking for everybody. We'll shuttle them in from Meyer. I'll run the manhole shuttle. The whole shuttle right there. Back and forth to the manhole. Free drinks for convoy participants. All Shirley Temples there, of course. Avalon Limited is basically a Lexus. It is. I agree. I think it is a Lexus now, right? It's the same car. It's nicer than the Lincoln. The seats are nicer, and the rear of the Avalon has reclining seats. Well, really, I have that in my Escape now, so I don't know why the Lincoln wouldn't have that. My Escape has reclining rear seats in it. So that's pretty good. And now the ES350 and the Avalon, which is ending production Avalon, but the Lexus stays, is the exact same car. I agree. But there's something to the badge. If there wasn't, they wouldn't make Lexus. That's all I'm saying about it. Had to take the wife to the airport. Then got 10 inches of snow here in Michigan. Yeah, it's just, to an appointment. I was saying, here, get out of here, is airport, get lost. Right. I think most of the airports here shut. Indianapolis International hardly had any flights. Yesterday it was worse in Chicago. We had some drivers still leave to Chicago. It took them 13 hours to get back here. Normally it's 6-hour day for them. 13 hours. I don't know Uber anymore, but I'm definitely going to order Lexus badges for the Avalon. Yeah, class the thing up. That'll class it up. They'll fit right on there because it's the same car. You can get those pretty cheap now at pick-up art yards. Glad I'm home and still have electric. Could be worse. Oh, absolutely. Look, there's people going to be living outside in this. They have warming shelters opened here. I don't know how you get to them because of limited bus service, but they have the warming shelters open. It can always be worse. No matter what situation you're in or where you are or anything in your life, it can always get worse. So don't ever think, well, it can't get any worse than this. Oh, yes, it could. The truckers in Canada play Wheezy. Yeah, no doubt. They're up there. And they said now, even with the money that they got released, they can stay there for 2 years. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. I love how they said, you've had your fun, basically, the government. You've had your fun now. Why don't you go home? Okay, we get it. You don't like stuff. Yeah, really something. Maybe the convoy could bobtail in and take some of those JB Hunt trailers out. I know. Please come and get your trailers, JB Hunt. I don't know where they're getting... Oh, what did they just buy? I just saw this, too. Oh, Zenith. Zenith Freight Lines. JB Hunt just bought Zenith Freight Lines. So that place should, change over, probably. They said, it's going to be run separately. So we'll see how they do it. But they bought Zenith. So JB Hunt's getting into the television distribution stuff. Uncle D's Productions, Pennsylvania makes it easy to stay home when it snows. They just ban commercial vehicles. Great. Because you know what? Here's the thing. No matter how bad it gets, there's also some drivers out driving around. Like, hey, that load of, beef jerky can wait another day or whatever. That's all I'm saying. No matter how bad it gets, there's always some Billy Big Rigger out. I've been through 14 feet of snow. This ain't nothing. Park it. If you're going 12 miles an hour, hour after hour, park it. So many accidents were around yesterday. Friday, I'm taking my truck to the Volvo in Frankfurt. There's a recall on your batteries. Oh, you have a Volvo? Now what are they doing with the batteries? I haven't read about a Volvo recall. Ever seen the movie RV? Did not see it with Robin Williams. Have not seen the movie RV. I may be here till Saturday. I have a 4-stop load of Bobcat equipment. First up at Clarksville, and they're supposed to get ice this afternoon. Yeah, before you go somewhere also, call the place. Call the place. See if they're open. Some places, they close, and the trucking companies, of course, they don't call. They're like, go ahead and see what happens. You don't want to get stuck in front of a gate or something somewhere you can't get out of. So I always recommend people give places a call. I've had that happen. I had a run where I used to go down into Kentucky, down 65, and I call. It was nice here, but down there I'm seeing all this snow. I call them. They're like, heck no. He goes, I'm just leaving. You just caught me, and we're closing up shop. He goes, and we won't be back until at least tomorrow. So I'm told work. I'm like, hey, they're not even there. Didn't you do a review of Zenith? Yes. So much for that. I actually thought about that. I go, well, crap. Zenith was really good, and now JB Hunt bought them. But JB Hunt came out and said, oh, no. They're going to be run separate. It'll still be Zenith and nothing's going to change or whatever. So we'll see. But yes, I thought of that too. I'm like, well, dang it. Now I got to go to do Magnavox, Beef jerky's got to hurry up and get there. That stuff goes bad. Yeah, it's only got a 3-year date on it. This is the other thing in this weather. Fill up the truck and keep your DEF full. Because now it's going to get really cold. Depending who you listen to, it's going to be 0 here or 13 below. Temperature. So either way, that's very cold for DEF. The pumps may not work. Keep the DEF full. Saw 27 trucks in the ditch last night on 24 and 25. Was that one? Let me ask you honestly, was that worth it? Is it worth driving around in that? I mean, I looked out the front door and I'm not going nowhere. That's what I said to myself. There's just no point in it. I don't understand it, I guess. You're washing dishes. Yeah, best quality. I guess so. We love you too, but no dishes to do here because it's too cold. You can't even stand there and do that. You might have to look out the front and see all the snow. So we're trying to keep out of that. What else did they say about those guys? Oh, 10 million. Oh, right. That truck, there was another truck parked on the shoulder. All right, I saw that. And what happens is semi slams into him. The guy driving the truck that slammed into him, dead. All right, and you could say, well, he shouldn't hit him or whatever. I agree. Stop parking on the shoulder. All right, it's illegal unless you have an emergency. Do not park on the shoulder. It said it woke the guy up in the truck that was on the shoulder. So why is he sleeping on the shoulder, right? Tank is full in my car. Yes, your car too. Always keep the car, which should be in the wintertime anyhow. Never under a half a tank. Keep the car full. Keep the truck full. Keep the DEF full. Basically fill everything up. And gas has been going up, so you want to fill it up anyways before it goes up another 10 cents. We're $3.39 here for gas in the area. So that isn't great. Oh, that original LA to DC convoy had apparently, this was in the news, they had a Facebook page, and Facebook closed the Facebook page. So that's pretty interesting. So even here you kind of get silence, but this is the problem again of having a third-party site. They should host a page and direct people perhaps to their own site or something like that. People got to think ahead that, I'll just be on Facebook. Well, Facebook can just boot you off there to their site. So you just never know how that works. We'll run money through GoFundMe. Well, GoFundMe hold your money. Go set up a site for your own to get your own money that way. They'd have all this money had they collected it immediately without trying to go through GoFundMe. If you weren't making a parrot, especially today, keep that parrot on your head. You don't want problems. At what temperature do you think about adding anti-gel? Well, if they have it, right, under 10 degrees outside Fahrenheit in freedom units, I'll put the anti-gel in it. Even though the pump always says, oh, we add this stuff at the pump. Oh, really? How do I know that they're adding it at the pump? If they don't supply it, though, then I deny it because whoever supplied it, But either way, if they don't have it, then I don't put it in. Sometimes the company doesn't have it. But otherwise, yeah, around 10 or less. And I think at around 0 or so, you should run the truck, even if you have an APU and bunk heater. That's what I think. If the DEF tank freezes on the Volvo, the pump will crack. Oh, see, that's an even bigger problem. Freezing that tank is an even bigger problem, right? Sometimes you can't get it at the pump, but then sometimes it freezes in the truck. If you crack that tank, that truck will be down for a year. They don't have DEF parts or anything. You ruin that truck and you're finished. And where's the Volvo dealer in Frankfurt? I didn't even know they had a dealer. I thought you had to go to Indy for Volvo problems. I have to deliver rain, sleet, snow, or Armageddon. Okay, major companies need my product. Welcome to 3 degrees. And yeah, I don't. I used to think that. I will be honest with you. I don't think that anymore. They want the stuff. Yeah, they're like, well, we need it. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. So, unless it's an organ for a transplant or you run an ambulance, something where you're saving somebody's life, major companies can wait another day for their product. That's how I feel about it now. About 5 miles north of where I stopped today, I saw a Werner truck in the ditch. Yeah. And a step deck with the trailer on its side. Chicken holler. Yeah, see, so if something like that happens, somebody can run off the road and run you off the road. And then you're still stuck, even though it isn't your fault. You'll have to take a drug screen. You have to be towed. And, who knows if that'll go on your record, how that works. You can lose way more than a day's pay. I don't think it's worth it. Plus, you're just putting people at risk. So I'm a big person to say park it. Canada does not have the same freedom of speech we do. They could shut him down. Kelly, who could shut him down? So I kind of thought it was at least halfway free. Are you saying the government of Canada can shut your YouTube page down? I mean, YouTube is not a Canadian thing. So they can come in and turn off his page or do something to him just for speaking? Well, what the heck? So even that's more reason they should have a blockade there then. If you don't have choice to say what you want, what kind of freedom is that? We should have. Where's 5440 or fight? Tube Steak Thursday. Well, that could be. Facebook also took off the Canada one too, Joan Harper. Oh, I didn't even know there was a separate one for them. Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at this one for the United States, which they took down apparently. Because I didn't know that they had one. That was in the news. That, they took this page and I'm like, I didn't even know anything about it. But that's the problem of being hosted on a third-party site. You really don't have a right to be on there. So they can say, all right, we don't want your page on our site. And then you're still not being squashed. Your freedom isn't squashed. But if you're saying Dave in Canada can't speak because the government will give him problems, that's a problem. That's a problem. Then the free insurance isn't worth it, is it? You've got to be careful what you get free. Hosted on Cornhub. What's Cornhub? And will never get taken down. Ah, yes, Cornhub. Actually, Cornhub, I think, is a sub-version of that site for a different type of thing that people are looking at. Has any convoy decided on their cause yet? According to the news video, it appeared they didn't know. That's the other thing. All right, so they're up there talking, and even the officials said, look, their demands are evolving. And so what they're saying is, we want this, and then somebody bumps them and says, hey, also this. And they go, also this. Also, get what you want in advance. You got to kind of organize, and there should be one point person, not just every random yahoo that's up there. And they have, here's the 3 things we want, right? 4 things. I'm counting 4 things. 5 things. No, get your list ready. Here's the things that we're going to get us to leave here and stick to it. You can't have demands and then add extra demands. That's not how it works. Have they never seen anybody take over a bank and take hostages? Okay, you want a helicopter and the money, and that's it. Okay, not also a sandwich, right? And also fries, Jimmy John's. No, one thing, just one thing. Badly, let's go. Yeah, let's get it going. You know, owner operator, do you have your authority? I'm new here. Jeremy, I do not have my own authority. I barely could drive a car. I'm a company driver, and that's probably why I'm not out driving today. So, no owner operator here. There are people that do that, like, owner operators, but not me. You may want to go right here, if I could find it. Oh, right here. And talk to an owner operator. How about that? Yes, that could be, but not here. Volvo's off 28 and 65 right across from that BP. Really? Oh, can you not see it from the road? I thought across from there is that Harley Davidson dealer. So is it over there somewhere? Huh. Yeah, Facebook is the worst. That's true. Right, that's true. But, you host it on a private place like that, they can take you down. So they have rules or whatever. If you don't follow them, they're like, get out of here. If you don't like the rules, you got to go somewhere else. Like Cornhub. Mm-hmm. Hey, beef jerky. Yeah, with that beef jerky can wait another day. It can wait probably 3 more years. I'm going to, I got some snow on my cute little trailer today, and then it rained off. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, that's going to be a while before we see that. We're not going to go above freezing here until Wednesday. So that's going to be a big problem. We're expecting another inch of snow Sunday, which will seem like nothing after this. Biggest snow here, biggest snow event in one thing since 2007. Isn't that exciting? 15 years. Propane has to move no matter the weather, especially right now. I've drove through all types of snow. I mean, you could. It's up to you. Unless I have an organ, to me, I'm not doing it. So that's just my policy. Until 2020, if you wear a mask into a bank or business, you were a robber. Now you're a customer. Yeah, now that's why I get more money from the banks now. Of course, until 2020, no one was going in the bank. So there's also that. Yeah, now you're required to. Cat moving around. Social media platform like YouTube have to obey the laws of the country where they have servers located in. Kelly, that's true. Right? Okay. Well, right. And so you have to consider what's going on. And maybe then changing your country is not a bad idea. Maybe that's not a bad idea. So I'm just concerned. It's one thing to have them taken down by YouTube. It's another thing to have them taken down by the government. That's different. So if it's the government, that's a problem to me. I went owner-operator, not risking my equipment in this garbage weather, trucking with T-Bone. Exactly. That's a big problem for you, right? You got to go rent a truck and stuff. That's way worse than a company driver. They'd just give me another well, they'd probably just fire me. But a company driver could get a truck, where you got to go rent a truck, work about insurance and everything. Yeah. For a couple days or whatever. And this is the other thing. I heard some people talking about, oh, well, I can't shut down for a day. How am I going to make any money? Listen. You should have a day's money. Even if your company doesn't pay you, you ought to be able to go a day without making money. Okay? And remember, right now, if you were just on Uber, you'd make probably twice what you make driving, just driving your car around town. Just here, you can easily do $40 an hour today, just looking at it now, and it's daytime. Once the buses stop, which is at 6 p.m. tonight, because they're stopping early, the rates go up even more. So there's plenty of ways to go make money. Right now in bad weather, four-wheel drive Uber, you got it made today. No problem. No, there's hardly anybody out here as a company driver making $40, $50 an hour, and that's net after expenses. So on Uber in this bad weather, you do not have to go to work to make $200 or $300. You don't. Not hauling an organ. Does a piano count? It does. Only Steinways, though. These other fake Yamaha pianos and that, no way. If you don't have a Steinway, what's the point? Like my Grand in the back, right? Steinway, beautiful, right? Candelabra on it. Unbelievable. Yamaha. Lafayette PD came back to school. My friend works at it, and the kids ambushed them with snowballs. Wow. Kids are learning early. Get them cops. Where is that going on? Best quality. Is there a channel for each state on Telegram for truckers and support for them? I have no idea. I haven't sent a telegram in a long time. Only if you're a pianist. I mean, look, like Liberace, right? Great. Like Candelabra and everything. Used to have a museum in Vegas. Never got to go to it before it closed. So disappointing. Wanted to go see the jacket that he wore. Never got to see it. I'm not on Telegram, so there's too many other of these sites and everything out there. And a lot of them turn very political. So getting onto something like Telegram kind of puts a bullseye and says, oh, well, this is just a political site. So just trying to get into some trucking information. I'm glad most people did shut down. Although, the news was out there watching. There's still trucks creeping along 65. And really, look, let's be honest. What is the point of creeping along at, say, 15, 20 miles an hour on the interstate for 10 hours? You still aren't even out of the storm here. It turns out you would still be in the storm. It's so big. So that's the other problem. And you get stuck all the time with the roads closed. 74 is closed for like 25 miles. Out there near Batesville, ironically, near the casket company. And 69 closed almost all the way from Indianapolis all the way south to Evansville until it gets out of the snow. Tons of closures down there. It's just not worth it. They closed Sagamore right here in town yesterday. For a while, everybody that lives in town knows over the river, people couldn't get up the hill. Up to Happy Hollow from down on Duncan, people couldn't get up the hill. So they closed that. There were a bunch of cars. They had to turn them around. People couldn't even climb a hill. No winter tires, apparently. The lot lizards were working yesterday. Oh, yeah, extra money. I got some extra money for that. They had a bonus for that. Just got a text from CRST. Been there and done that. Wow. Hey, they go, hey, you stuck at home in the winter? We've got a warm place for you. We can share a room with 9 other people and have lights out at 10 o'clock. Took a safety day, came home for a few days. Well, man, I like that. I like that they call it a safety day. Most companies that I see have policy, like here, that if you don't feel it's safe, you don't have to go to work. You don't have to drive. I see that from most places. The vast majority have that. And I don't really ever get complaints from people where they're saying, forcing me to drive. You know where that comes in? Smaller places. That's where I get more in that, where people are working for some dude that owns 6 trucks. And so then that guy's all mad. Hey, we ain't got freight to move or whatever. But once the place gets a little bit bigger, I think they get a legal department. And the lawyers are like, you don't want to be pushing people to drive in bad weather if they don't want to go in it, because it can be a liability. So you get more complaints from very small places, under 10 trucks. TJ Joe's the Bull of Woods got another foot of snow in Northeast Oregon, 3 feet on the ground. Great. We've got a foot, which is more than we get almost last winter. You're sick of the snow already? Oh, we got another inch Sunday. It's not just the weather, it's the knucklehead speeding and causing us drivers to get in accidents. Severe weather. Well, it's mostly drivers that are going faster on the roads. Most of the accidents that were on the news here were trucks that had gotten too close. Generally, we're following too closely, which is always a problem, and no matter what the weather. And then somebody slows down and somebody smashes in, and then we got the roads closed for 3 hours. Kosovar, Florida. I quit my job on December 15th to go back to the same job May 1st. How do they let you do that? And only, you know what might work with that? Sign-on bonus. If they have a large sign-on bonus, you save that to quit over the winter and then go back in springtime and get another sign-on bonus. If your company offered double time, would you go to the Natty? No way. Absolutely not, because the roads are bad, and actually 74 is close. I can make that here in town, drive my car around. See, that's the thing about it. Once you got another way to make money, people always see it as, most people in America only make money one way, their job. And so when their job doesn't give them money, they're stuck. If you have 10 different ways to make money, then you got options. And you're like, I don't think so. I don't think so. So, because I can just start my car up and go make money around town here for Uber. And way more than they would pay me. So, and which would be safer too. The Russians and Volvos are the ones going 15 to 20 in the storm. Smart folks are hunkered down. Right, because they got to. They're running that Amazon freight. Let's see if I can get the Uber thing up here and see what's going on. And see it is. Mark, this is fascinating. Right. Some Uber driver. What are we doing here in town right now? Oh, yeah. Sure. Let's see if we can see this, so I can get this up on the thing here on the screen. Probably not. Yeah. See all that? That's extra money. That is extra money you get beyond your route. Okay. So here's $4.50, $5.50, $6. So whatever it pays, you get that plus this. So in Lafayette, the average is around $12 to $14 you get per ride. That seems to be about the average ride. So 6, that's an extra 50%. Plus, remember, 10 rides gives $50. So it's another 5. So really, each of those runs is paying 11. That's double. So it takes 20 to 30 minutes to drop people off. So you're looking at 11 plus 12, $23 about per 30 minutes. $46 an hour. So to drive your car. And there's no way a company's going to be doing better than that because it's such a hassle. Just a huge hassle. So that's the thing. That's why I tell people, well, sign up for Uber. Well, why should I? Well, you don't have to do it every day. Like, what if you wanted to do it today? You're like, well, my company's off, or I don't want to work, and the weather's bad, but I need the money. So, how about this? You think it's better driving your car around town than driving a semi hundreds of miles down the road on a creepy road, that's all terrible or whatever? It is. Okay? It's way better because my car, I got heated, everything's heated and nice and everything. So you do not have to only depend on one income. Always have another way to make money. That's Mark's Uber rant for the day. Not sponsored by Uber either, which maybe I should be. I-40 is a total mess. Nice. So the whole country. You took the day off. Well, I'm not normally at work today. So I took the day off yesterday. I'm like, the weather's bad. We have a policy, like most companies, that if you don't feel safe, you don't have to work. So I waited and until close to time. I'm like, yeah, It's just not worth going in. It just isn't worth it to me. Snowball fight starts at 1900 in Marshall, Michigan at the Loves. Very few trucks are getting into Canada via the Peace Bridge. Great. Good. Don't bring all those GM cars that they make up there. The Impalas. It's 77 in South Georgia now. Nice. You're banned. Where we on at UFCD? Well, wintertime, we're trying to get members and corporate. There's a corporate sponsor that may come on, which will be pretty good. I got my bullhorn, which I have in the other room here. I'm going to start yelling at companies. I think that's going to be great. And as we get more people, the idea is to shame places into change. Shame to change. That'll be the first thing. Also, the truck show. So we can go to, I hope everybody shows up at the Mid-America Truck Show, and we will talk more about that as the end of March comes. But we'll have a meet up there and go, let's go talk to the ATA. Walmart pays hourly if you're under dispatch. On the road and shut down due to road conditions. All you got to do is log it and call dispatch, inform your location at the time of the shutdown. Good. That's good. But I'm saying there's no point in going in, especially if you're not in, if you're not going to get anywhere. When does the wiener roast start? We're going to need to stay warm today. Oh, goodness. Ken P. Starting to keep Gracie warm, but I appreciate it. She's all wrapped up in my blanket over there on the couch, sleeping today. So thank you. That'll keep her warm. So get extra warm treats for that. WHAS says use extreme caution. Yeah, duh. Use extreme. Hey, be careful out there. I love when they put that. Hey, why not they put stuff out like pack food and water in your car. Where am I going in my car when I'm going to need food? That's the thing. How long am I stuck in this ditch? I guess in America, people can't go more than 15 minutes without filling their pie hole with something. But why do you have to have food in your car? I got all this peanut butter and stuff in my car. Plus, if the stuff you leave in your car, you got to take it in with you. It's all frozen solid. I make mechanic corn cold starting diesel engines. You got too much spelling going on. I could start a fire outside and roast some food and s'mores. Oh, yeah. Get them for the drivers of the convoy. My sign-on bonus was paying the first check like it's supposed to be. If you quit or get fired, you had to pay it back. Well, yeah. But you quit in the way that I always say, which is you tell them somebody died and you got to have a week off, and then they don't have any check to collect it from. They're not going to sue you for it. I can't do Uber, but pink slip races are okay. Wait, that's correct. Your car does not qualify for Uber. That's right. So today, right, let's go. I'll meet you at Meyer in 15 minutes. No problem. Racing. I'll bring the Sonic and beat you today. How about that? That Sonic sitting on Firestone Winter Force tires. So absolutely. I make extra money in the stock market when I'm not driving. The good. Any second thing where you can make money, or third and fourth and fifth thing, just as a backup. Uber can be your backup for stuff like this. Plus, if you worked at Falcon, Uber could turn into your first job in the parking lot. You're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. You're going to do Uber until you figure something out. It'll give you a longer runway then to figure out your next job. Stuff happens. Companies close. Celadon just closed, right? No one had any idea that was going to happen. But places can just close. A lot of small companies close that never make the news. This way, you got something you can just go do, just like that, Cold in North Dakota, I bet. Sunny and clear. I'd rather sunny. I don't mind cold. 25. I'd be okay with 30 below zero if it was sunny every day. Although I don't know if the truck would start. I'm banning a lot of people today. Are you jealous? No, I'm not jealous. I'm just saying they should keep their warm weather to themselves. That's all I'm saying. Believe me, I get updates nearly every day. I got a friend in Tampa, and so I'll get an update. Oh, it's 77. It's 80 degrees today. Yeah, bite me. I want that. A good sleep day. Yeah, sleep in. Sleep in if you can. Grab a cat and sleep in today. That's a good thing about cats, too. Besides their purring, they're warm. So very, very nice. So when it gets colder, if you turn the heat in the place down a little bit, a couple degrees, the cat will come in and sleep with you because she's chilly, and so she keeps you warm. Just amazing. But then you wake up and she's sleeping on your face or something. I'm like, you wake up in a fur. I'm like, It just amazes me that there's so many drivers who can't drive in these conditions or use the right judgment. Just think of the four-wheelers in the ditches. Right. Let's get parked up. And who has to work today? Always people that make the least money. Subaru closed. SIA, the car plant right here, they never close. I was talking to the wife about that yesterday. I go, I wonder if they're going to close. They have a phone number you can call. It's just a recorded line that I have. And it's not just for me. They didn't just give me a secret line. And I called them up. They closed. They closed the plant. I don't know how many times that has happened since I've lived here. Only a few times. They never closed that plant. And they closed Subaru. So I'm super surprised about that. They're not working today. Tow truck drivers hit the jackpot? I know. And plow drivers and all that? Absolutely. Right. And enterprising college students with snow throwers could go make some money over right now. Yeah, keep their warm weather themselves. Yeah, just keep it down there. Oranges, orange juice and all. I don't even drink orange juice in the wintertime just to spite Florida for their warm weather. That's what I'm saying. The leader of ISIS just went out of business too. He did. Yikes. Minus 32 in Barrow, Alaska. But is it clear? I would take the cold if it was clear. I'd have to change my coolant in my car then, wouldn't I? That's too cold. They have Arctic coolant for your car up there. I'd have to use that. Uber and Lyft are great. Get paid for your time. Well, you're an independent contractor there, right? And people that get paid for their time should be employees, get paid for their time. If you start a business, right, you're running a business and doing it independently, that would be a different story, just like an owner-operator. If they have a contract, right, then they don't get paid for their time. They get whatever they agree to in the contract. That's what any business person does, like any owner-operator. I don't have any problem with that. But if someone hires you as an employee, they should pay you. Because their deal is with whatever business. They have their contract deal, and then they also need you to help them make money so you get paid as an employee. That's where I differentiate that. But you'd still actually make more for your time doing that than you would other things. But you are not entitled to your time paid because you're running your own business. You can come and go as you please. You go wherever you want. You take business or not. All your choice. Employees don't have that, so they have to get paid. Am I in Alaska? No. I'm here at World Headquarters in Lafayette, Indiana. Beautiful Lafayette, where we have a foot of snow on the ground. Hey, Mark, heading home. Robert Danger right now trying to beat the storm and hunker down till Sunday. I guess North Carolina's going to get really hard with ice. Yes. You'll just get the ice part of it. The southern part, even all the way just to the Natty, they were only going to get an inch of snow and an inch of ice. That's what he told me, because I told him Tuesday. I go, I'll see you Friday night. He goes, Friday? Whoa. I go, yeah, you're going to get a... He goes, it's just an inch of ice. I'm like, that's a disaster. All my cats sleep with me, but I turned my heat from 68 to 73 in case my electric goes out. Last year was 4 days and got down to 40. Whoa. If you have... Well, I guess it depends if you have electric. On a gas stove, heat water on the stove. I remember doing that as a kid. Not that long ago, for those of you asking. A power went out at home in Lansing, Illinois. And my mom, he had 4 pots of water going. We had a gas stove. And for some reason, the furnace didn't work. The furnace went out, I think. The power wasn't out. No, power was out. And so the furnace wouldn't blow. That's right, because the fan wouldn't turn on it. So she heated 4 pots of water on the stove. She had 4 boiling pots of water. And the windows were all steamed because it was so humid in there. And well, my perm had come down, my curls had come out and everything. And it was pretty warm in there. So... You wish you were in Alaska? That'd be a good run, wouldn't it? There are jobs up there all the time. I will tell you that. Go to Craigslist, like Fairbanks or whatever. Just to go through it sometime. There's tons of jobs up there. So think about that. Yeah. Look up Fairbanks, Craigslist, all that. Yeah. I enjoy the winter storms on the Oregon coast from inside, right? From inside. Where do I work? Even on an off day like this, I try to keep them out of the videos. Just so, for the same reason, apparently, that they do in Canada, so that they don't give you grief about your videos that you post. And I also don't recruit for them. Although this policy, I do agree with. Biden did a great job by giving orders to take out the ISIS leader. I guess that came in the news, and I didn't see that today. That's awesome. If that's true, good. With immediately. Here in Buffalo, we're looking at about 18 inches. At least that's what the weatherman says. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, we got a foot here in a day is crazy in Lafayette. That's a lot of snow. We normally get about 18 inches a year. So we got it all in a day. Thanks. Much thanks for all the truckers and blessings. Well, you're quite welcome. We try to deliver, except if the weather's too bad. The mail came yesterday, I will say that. I use my Penske box truck with a liftgate for Uber Eats, so that there's no wear and tear on my car. I don't have to use my own gas. That's interesting, but be careful. Some streets say no trucks. 13-foot one. Wow. I don't do Eats. I won't take Eats. People only. No Eats. Oh, you're totally electric? Well, that's a problem. That would be a problem then. My cat sleeps with me even if it's 92 degrees. Oh, well, that's pretty good. So she'll be down at the end of the bed sometime. Or she has a perch, like a 7-foot high perch that she'll be up on. I think it's a little cooler up there. But if you turn it a little bit cooler, she'll for sure be in bed sleeping on you. Mark, getting late here. Did you work last night, and are you taking the rest of the week off? It's day by day. I always go day by day. I don't do this long term, right? But yesterday, and I'll be looking at it here shortly, and probably today too. Let's just be honest about it. So, but I do that day by day. Yeah, I took yesterday off because of that. Worked for Baxter Healthcare. Oh, sweet. I drove for them many, many years ago. Oh, my gosh, so early when I had a reefer and a nose reefer and a belly reefer on my refrigerated trailer to haul drugs around. Yep, and a panic button in the truck. Come get me. I'm just on the road in Evansville riding the storm out at Love's. Wow. Yeah, that's not that far. Hurricanes are the price Florida pays for their warm weather. Yeah, that's what they get. Dang Florida. Stay safe, everyone, Paul. Yeah, look, park. Up around this area, central Indiana, let's just park it for the day. Can we do that? Storm ends tonight and tomorrow morning. We'll see how it is tomorrow. I remember in 2015, I think the I-10 in Texas was iced over and there were cars and semis tipped over every quarter mile. Most I've seen, yeah. Well, sometimes it just ices and there's nothing you can do about it if you're out, I guess. I don't understand why we don't have pavement that won't allow water to ice. I don't know. We got to talk to Click and Clack. Which one of the, I think Ray's the guy with the chemical PhD, right? I wonder why he hasn't developed something. Let's write them a letter. Mid-70s had power go out. Went into kitchen and parents turned on the oven or gas stove. Kept it decent. Yeah, but that isn't what you're supposed to do because there's some kind of problem with that. Leaving the door open on the oven. Mom boiled water. I think that's a better idea. It would keep it sort of warm in there. Where's the battery coat? Right there. Got it. Mail came today. Oh, all right. I'll have to go out and check it. Ice building up in the trees in Kentucky. I'm hoping we don't have to repeat it. 209. It was awful. My boss told me to stay home. Good. I'm also seeing JB Hunt haul out of these chicken farms. They're into everything. I had a friend of mine years ago tell me that. He worked at Swift, and he said, look, you're going to work for one of these mega carriers anyway. He goes, you're going to work for one of the 5 biggest ones anyway. He goes, you might as well pick the one you like now and go work there because you'll have seniority there. You'll have been there all this time. And it turns out that's almost true now, all these years later. Here, JB Hunt's buying Zenith. Schneider is buying everybody. They just bought that MTS mail hauler and auto parts hauler. I mean, all these places are being bought up. So he's almost right. So we might as well just pick a mega carrier now and go work there so that we got some seniority. 92 degrees, the cat must be hairless. Yeah, whose house is 92 degrees? Never had a hairless cat, by the way. Had all the different colors. Ted Baxter Healthcare. Oh, right. Yeah, they're all gone now, by the way. R.I.P. from that show. Lola, I used to enjoy being the only one running through a winter storm. Now the states around me in the Northeast shut down the roads. Yeah, because too many drivers are 4 feet from each other still in this. You know, I think we put way too much emphasis on work, meaning the delivering. Okay, so I delivered a load. I delivered a load in the bad weather. Okay, I mean, if they waited another day, what happens? You know, everybody's safe and, you know, the load still gets there. There's very few loads that can't wait another day. Ice and slush is the worst to drive it in the winter. Yeah, I'd rather have a clear road. I don't know if everybody does this too. I'll run off into the shoulder where I get those little rumbly strips. That seems to be give a little bit of better traction too. Of course, you log your Uber time. I actually looked into that and talked to the DOT about that. And as you only have to log work. And so work is defined by the FMCSA as employment. Right. So I did actually look quite a bit into this. You're not employed there. You're independent. So you would not have to log that time. Did look into it when I started years ago. work is considered employment. You have to log your employed time. If you have to log all the time that you make money, that means anytime, if you own stock, do you have to log all day if your stock goes up when you make money? No. So went around about that with them, and had a few emails and talked to the DOT here at exit 178. Work is employment. For anyone hauling water loads, I heard all you have to do is keep the truck idling and the water won't freeze. I don't know. It depends on the temperature. The little rumbly thing might work for it, but, if it's colder, maybe. What's for lunch? No idea. Yeah, snow cones, right. I've hauled out of Baxter. Worked for Baxter Pharmaceuticals for a while. Pretty good. Vibrations for the engine will keep the water moving and it won't freeze. I mean, it depends how cold it is. Throw some fish in there. Maybe they'll keep it moving around. English, Indiana, heading west. Where's that? Just about to pull over. If you don't hear from me again, put that on my tombstone. Yeah, where's English, Indiana? I don't even know where that is. English, Indiana. A lot of yellow snow at the Loves. Oh, people can't even walk inside? Really? Even if it's cold, please walk inside. Plus, it's kind of cold to have all the equipment out into the cold weather too. We're going to get a George Costanza issue. Robert, you do that rumble strip thing too? Yeah, if the road's like super slick, I'll move over and hit the rumble strip, or stay out of the two grooves of the road. Move over. Even the snow in the center of the road gives you a little bit better traction than the grooves where everybody's tires are. So because companies, I don't know how many companies here do it. Hardly anybody will put winter tires on their semis in the winter in the United States. So very rarely do you see that happen. They have them. I looked. Can't get anybody to put them on. So all season is no season tires, really. So they won't put them on, so no way. Today's the day winter tires shine. New Jersey shuts down the highways, but then the list of exemptions are a mile long. Well, yeah, depending on who's donated in New Jersey. You get all this person can run, that person can run. If you have to take this, you're taking vacation days or paid sick days. I get paid for these days. Days you will get paid for this. This will pay me without taking any vacation, and I don't have any paid sick days, just so you know. I log my time with lizards. Nice. They consider this something that is beyond the driver's control. So because of weather, I don't control that, and it's unsafe, and so they pay you for it. About 25 miles west of me. Oh, all right. I wouldn't go out 25 miles to get chicken strips. I'm not going anywhere. So English is way down there? Huh. Is CBD a hazmat load? Oh, that's interesting. I don't think so, right? Because tobacco's not placarded. So I don't think so. I don't think it's hazmat. It depends. I mean, if it spills into a waterway, is it a problem? They'd have to look that up. But is it in the hazmat books? Because you can haul it legally in some places, so I have never looked into it. I don't think so. What's the best website to find local jobs? Craigslist. I mean, and put in also your city. So city and state, and then jobs on Google. And then a drop-down of jobs will come up. And you can search them by transportation or whatever, and when they were posted, last 3 days, last 5 days, and just look through that way also. So between those two, you'll find tons of jobs. Now, if you're at East Armpit, nowhere land, maybe no responses come up. But any large city, yes. I'm delivering a load of limes. It won't take much to shut me down. Yeah, it's just, as long as you get reefer fuel, a load of limes. Those got to be frozen. Where'd you get those? Unless they came out of a container. Those got to be frozen limes. There's no lime harvest right now. I remember picking up apples like in January in Washington one time, and I'm like, would you pick apples in January? He goes, heck no. He goes, these have been frozen. I'm like, oh, okay. Just simple freeze apples, I guess. I've shook a near frozen bottle of water. It was liquid and then became a solid. Wow. There's got to be some science thing in there that I don't understand. Very high crosswinds in New Orleans, crossing Lake Pontchartrain with 4,000. Oh, that's fun. You could be off into the drink in 2 seconds. Do you think you need to do another video on blocking fuel islands? I wish I could do a video every day on blocking fuel islands. Why are people not moved out of the way? It's just so selfish. Just go park. Bad weather. If you're empty, I heard if you slide the tandems all the way to the back, the trailer will stay more stable and won't want to walk out on you. Here's the thing. In the winter, I try to slide tandems back so that I can get weight on the drives. Any extra weight, the further back the tandems, the more weight on the drives. And so, because the trailer's just going to follow me wherever I drag it around. So I want weight on the drive. So I will pull the tandems back in the winter time to add weight to the drives to get a little bit of extra traction. Because that's the idea of winter tires, right? You're trying to bite into the snow. So I'll do that. I will do that. I don't know about the trailer sliding out in you. I'm heading back to the terminal for better tires for the winter. Technically, they're legal, but not safe. Paul Harris, right. Here, sometimes I will say you may have to let the air out of the tires. May have had to do that over the years where they're legal. Wait, they're marked. They're like, they're 330 seconds. I'm like, well, great. I go, they look like they're going to pop, and then suddenly they go bad and they have to bring me 2 tires out or something. English is over by Mangro. I don't know where that is either. Do you have any large-sized towns near there? Traveling writer Martin was talking about maybe shutting down yesterday morning. But I told dispatch if I saw snow falling and wasn't moving, they said it was okay. But last night around 5 and they shut everyone down. Yeah, it shouldn't be up. They should shut people down, but they shouldn't say you have to drive unless we shut you down. Like Kesha. They shouldn't, because the Popo could shut them down. But there's no way. It should ultimately be up to you. So even if they don't shut you down, you should be able to say, look, I'm here. It's not safe, and so I'm not driving, and they shouldn't give you any grief about it. Tandems to the back would work, too, if you're light enough to do it, I guess. Yeah, it depends on your weight. I'm never heavy. 30,000 is super heavy for me. So if I got 8, 10, 12,000, and I put them back some, I'm going to get some more weight on the drives. I will do that. Cigarettes should have a skull for the placard. I agree. Let's not smoke. But you don't have to placard the trailer, though. So that's why I'm thinking CBD. But if it's an oil, CBD oil, and you had a lot of it, a lot of bottles, I could see that if that was like someone crashed and it went into a waterway, that it could be poisonous that way to fish or whatever. So maybe it would be placarded, water poison or whatever. Your sexy look for your night shows cracking me up, Christopher Wall. Thank you very much. It's after dark, and so we get a little bit sexy on it, a little bit. We bring it out. Sometimes you just can't help it. It just oozes out of you. Like pus. Because I live in sunny Las Vegas, Eddie. Keep your sun to yourself. What's the temperature over there? Tate and Law froze over last night. No load for me. Headed home tonight. Nice. They froze over. Yeah, basically everything in town closed. I'm surprised Tate wasn't on the list of places that closed, considering when SIA closes here in town, that's it. The town shuts down. If they close the Subaru plant, that's it. I just got an urge to go dance in the ice coming down. Go ahead and let me know how that worked out. Most of the fuel line blockers are foreign truckers. I don't see that. I just see it as random people. It doesn't seem to matter who it is. It's most people that just can't even walk from the back of a parking lot. When I'll pull into a fuel island and the 3 lanes closest to the building have a truck and then a truck behind it and the other lanes are empty and somebody comes in to pull up and wait behind the front truck, I know you're super lazy. You can't walk from the back of the from the 3 more fuel lines down. Over by Paoli. Okay, all right, finally, a town that's, we know where it is. Got it. DOT couldn't give me inspection. Oh, that's the other thing. Because people are generally lazy, you should get less inspection. Scales probably closed because then you'll have to plow them. So even if they're open, less inspections because people are just generally lazy. I used to work for a company and their policy was no matter how bad the weather was, you had to at least try to get there. Okay. Well, I tried and I can't get there. I don't know what to tell them. Or what? Or what happens? Hammond is near Gary. That one I got. Limes come from Mexico. Picked them in McAllen. Oh, maybe they are picking limes in Mexico, I guess. When you get apples in Washington in January, they didn't just pick those apples. I was blocking a fuel line, but my defense, my starter went. They gave me a loaner that I'm keeping. Yeah, I just want to keep it. That's one thing. If your truck won't start, I don't think that's most of these people's problems because for the life of me, people leave their trucks running all the time. It's 62 degrees out, and some Billy Big Rigger has all his lights on his big W900L and leaves it idling out there. Oh, I got to leave it running. Can't turn it off. It's like a diesel, train engine. Traveling rider, I haven't tested Martin, but no, Swift shuts you down and you move an inch. Safety calls and demands to know if you're a moron. Excuse me. Hello. This is safety. Are you a moron? Would you say that you're a moron right now? I would love somebody to call me and ask me that. for every other driver on the road. Go home. It's not worth it. Yeah, just park it for the day. Just park it up for the day. Mark After Dark going to put a pole in the cab. Oh, that'd be something, wouldn't it? That'd be something people want to see. Man, in the colder weather, I don't even want to turn the truck off, even if it's a quick stop or a break. Well, if it's 10 below zero, but when it's 64 degrees, you can actually turn your truck off for a few minutes and come back out and not really change the temperature inside. Where's Paoli, and is it warm there? It is not warm there. It's still in Indiana. It's probably 2 degrees warmer than here. It's a little tiny dot of a town. So, what happened to Benny Santini? Who's Benny Santini? If the truck that's fueling is rocking, don't bother knocking. Look, do not be doing anything in the truck except leaving the fuel island after you fill up. If I pull up behind you, punch all my numbers in, fill up my truck, and you aren't back in your truck, you took too long. I'd scare everyone they'd run for me during the day. Imagine a nightgown or nude. That's just gross. Look, I'm just saying, get out there, go dance in the ice, and do a video of it. You can have a coat on or whatever you want, and we'll post that up. Yeah. Are you more? Yeah. Hey, I'd love that on the Qualcomm, or they give you a call. Hey, it's safety. Oh, yeah, what's going on? Oh, are you a moron? Yes. What if you just tell them yes? Absolutely. I would say, obviously, I work here. That's what I would tell them on the phone. That's a good answer. Stephen Lewis. English is in between Evansville and Leavenworth on 64. You can't remember the exit, but you got to go north off of 64. Yeah. Well, now we know it's near Paoli. Now we know where it is. There's just a bunch of small towns that dot the area down there. Absolutely. Robert Duvall played the great Santini. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get to see a lot of movies. Star Trek. The Star Trek remake was the last time I went to the show. Okay, to the theater. So that's how often I go there. And I think before that, the last one I might have seen was Aliens. So not in the theater that often. My town got a snowblower the size of an F-150. Nice. That's super good. That'll keep it cleared up. I have obligations as a trucker. If I can't get the load to the destination, I will. People that are relying on that product just might take longer to get there. That's the other side of it. People think that, and there are a lot of people, and I thought that too. These people are waiting for me. They'll wait another day for it. People should have enough supplies to get them through, a day. And my obligation is to get it there safely. And I think the company hires me and every driver because they're professionals. And so the company should take my opinion into account when I say it's not safe enough to drive. And that should be the end of it, really. The company shouldn't be like, you have to go or you have to make an attempt. No. That's why you hire me. And that's why they hire a professional driver. If it isn't safe, it isn't going to go. Because I'll tell you what, if I ran over 6 cars always in the bus full of nuns and orphans, and, they have to pay out, $70-some million, I would think they would have rather I parked for one day. And so would those people that I ran over. So I'm trying to keep everybody safe, me safe, them safe, company safe, everybody. At some point, the road is just not safe to go. People can wait for their beef jerky and their limes, basically for another day. Just a quick shout out to freedom-loving Canadians. Yeah, finally. Why are the Canadians are more free than we are, or trying to be? My Monday load is from Lafayette to Dayton, Indiana. Wow. Oh, wow. No wonder you get a daily rate on that. That's pretty good. Where do you deliver in Dayton? Oh, one of the gas stations right there, maybe? I mean, what is in Dayton that takes anything from Lafayette? My safety person was hilarious. If she had to call you back after she called and said to park, yeah, I don't think so. Those trucks that are designed to run, if you shut it off, it might not start back up. Now you're stuck. Carlos, I did have a driver that told me that. You can't ever turn them off. Bobby Irvin, Mark Gracie's an inspiration to us all. Billy Big Riggers with their W900Ls at 1,000 chicken lights. Gracie leaves her motor running. They think that they should too. That's true. Only while you're petting her. Then she turns it back off again. What do you think about the people who leave her, or if she's doing this on you? What do you think about the people who leave their vehicles running while they're in the gas station and the radio's blasting? Yeah, they do that sometimes. Some dude was doing that at Meijer the other day. And I will say he had rims that were 30 inches high, and which probably cost $1,000 a piece on a $700 car. was an old Malibu. And I don't mean old like 60s. I mean old like, late 80s Malibu. And I thought, oh, that's good. Those rims are worth 3 times as much as your car. And then I thought he's probably renting them from Rent-A-Rim and had the radio up loud. So I don't know what we're trying to prove there. Cannot deliver the product if it's laying in the ditch. Right. That's exactly correct. K-Whopper with a plow would be cool. We're going to need that on the front of our truck. Trucking Answers After Dark. Good touch turning on the red light. Yeah, I forgot it had a red light. Right. Roxanne said I didn't have to, but I turned on anyways. Tailgating is pretty bad out there. Yikes. I know. Even during the good weather. Why are we out tailgating? I agree we were paid to be safe and responsible, not risk it all over a load. Traveling writer. Right. And it's different. And it's not like... companies can tell somebody who's calling off all the time or where there's a half an inch of snow. This is the largest snowstorm in Lafayette that we've had since 2007. All right. 2007. It hasn't been this bad in 15 years. Every road is red and the police and everybody's begging you not to go anywhere. Please stay off the road, stay home. Okay, well, that's good enough for me. Okay, people need their product. Well, they'll get it the next day, when it's safe to do so. No loaders with your life potentially shut down in severe weather. Yeah, this isn't just it's raining, so I'm not going to come to work today. I haven't had a day off for weather since last winter. How long have you been asleep? Oh, I wasn't working yesterday. I got blamed for unplanned pregnancies because yesterday I had a load of condoms shut down for 2 days. Really? How did that go in there? The NHL Canadians, well, at least they're doing something up there. My wife and I are sitting here at home in front of the fireplace watching our favorite YouTube trucking show. John, I appreciate it. That sounds like a great place to be. Throw another one of those Duraflames on there. Tony Rent-A-Rim, they have them. Look it up. They're a place that will rent rim. You pay by the week for these gigantic rims. That car was worth $1,000 maybe. All right, and those rims are super shiny. And they're huge, all right? And so I know they're worth more than that car. And I'm like, this is not a great plan for success. That's all I'm saying. And he went inside to go buy something. I don't know what he was getting. He pulled up and went in. He wasn't getting gas. Thought he was cool with that loud music, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, the radio, too. That was not a stock Malibu radio, not a Malibu LS radio from the late 80s. So, he had $4,000 in rims and radio in a $1,000 car. Okay. Midlife trucker parked at Matthews, Missouri, Flying J. How is it out there? You're right in the middle of this, too. When you're new, you only think about the check and not the weather. That's how it was for me. Slide little once on ice and never again. That's true, and that's part of the problem is that people, either they have low pay or some people just spend all the money they get, of course. And so no matter how much they make, they won't have enough money. And if you don't have any money, then you don't have any options. And I'm not saying you have to have $300,000 saved in cash under your bed. But if you really can't take one day off because you need the money, that's a problem. Okay, and you should start at least have enough money for that. What happens if you broke your finger and had to take a week off or something? Something like that. You should at least be able to say, all right, even if I'm not getting paid, my company doesn't pay me, I'm going to take the day off because it's just not safe to do so. So if a few $100s stands between you and safety, correct that immediately. What if my boss was flopping around like a fish because I wouldn't deliver a load? Yeah, he might have that happen. That could possibly happen. And I think once you drive for a while and maybe get a little older than, somebody who might be 21 driving, then you're like, you know what? I don't care what you say. I'm not doing it. Once you can tell your boss that, I don't care. Fire me. I'm not going. That's freedom. That's really your freedom right there. Not caring is the freedom. Global warming. Where is it? Can you send some of it over here from out there, Roger Penske? Climate change, we adapt. Yeah, we'll have to adapt to it. Update a 2-minute video on all the weather-related wrecks. Ugh. You need more than a 2-minute video just around town here with all the wrecks they've been cleaning up. When you hear the governor declare a state of emergency over snowfall, you should probably consider not driving. JJ, I agree. The governor of Indiana, Holcomb, decided not to declare a state of emergency because he said, hey, we got this in Indiana. Because they asked him on the news, why did you not declare a state of emergency? Oh, we got this in Indiana. So, but look, all the police, road crews, they're asking people to stay home. That's fine with me. All the major plants are closing. Now, Speedway's open. The convenience stores are Speedway. But SIA's closed. Large plants around town closed. Everything's closed. Everyone should just cozy up with a plate full of flapjacks. Yeah, that you make at your house, though. Don't go out and get them. Don't make people go to work and do all this stuff. As professional drivers, we need to think about any actions that may affect people. Right. It's not just you. If you hit somebody, they can run into you. I mean, stock up on Five Guys burgers. Oh, yeah, it's in West Lafayette, though, here. And I don't even know if they're open today. Maybe. It's Mr. Plow. Don't forget to like the stream driver. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Always hit the like. How about that? I rarely say that. That's all I think about now. That's all we should think about. Safety. Safety first. Still a nice, great place to take a break. Roads are at about 45 northbound, 50 southbound. That's better than it has been. Here they were at 20, 25 last night. Maybe he lives in the Malin and does not want to go back to his cinder block apartment with a card table. You know what? He should sell that and upgrade the place he lives. You know, go get a Malibu without the rims, sell those rims back to rent a rim. I'm like, oh my gosh. Or Taco Bell. Well, Five Guys is better than that. Malibu's and any other G-Body worth more than $1,000. You can't even find a G-Body. This car wasn't worth any more than $1,000. Some 25-year-old Malibu. No way. And this is the one where it was also an Oldsmobile Cutlass for a couple of years. Remember when they redid that bot? Had just came out. This car wasn't worth anything. You big yellow headlights. It can't even clean up its headlights. It's a conspiracy. My phone died during a video. It's the Anti-Federation of Drivers. Right, they're out to get us. Facebook will probably take us down next. No matter how much snow's on the ground, there's still flip-flops in the Flying J. I wondered, are people still in flip-flops and shorts today? We have winds are going to gust to 45 miles an hour later today. They expect wind chills to 20 below zero. Somebody's still going to be out with the shorts on. Maybe if you're Sasquatch and got all that hair to keep your legs warm. But otherwise, I don't know about that. My favorite color in a $1,000 car is a nice primer and butte green two-tone. Then you don't have to park way out in the parking lot. You don't care if somebody scratches your car. And I've had a car that I paid $200 for, my lowest price car I ever had. So I get not having an expensive car, but then don't put all these rims in the car. Kentucky follows a state of ethics. If they got the whole interstate shut down, you don't have a choice. The farthest you're getting is an on-ramp or it's got the gate closed. Yeah, what good is that? Sitting in front of a gate, which happens all the time out west, or sitting on an on-ramp. Wouldn't you at least rather be at a truck stop where you have some kind of services and maybe a shower? Make sure the boss has scales. He's kosher. You watch those scales. What about Toyota and Princeton? Are they open or closed? I don't know. Isn't that county red down there? So we go down to Evansville. Isn't that whatever that is? That's not Bartholomew, whatever. I don't know if they're open. Waiting to deliver in Vegas by Nellis Air Force Base. That's super great. Do you have to go on the base? Do you have people tailgating in your night runs? Yes. And so I'll hit the cruise down a couple miles an hour, then they pass you. It's usually semis, almost always semis. And so you just go 65, and then I'll put it down. I'll hit 5 clicks, it goes to 60, and then you see them pull out around you. I'm like, what are we doing? All this cold weather's through the earth getting hotter. Right, follow the science on that. By the way, that's all we need to do. Left turns is all tailgaters, whether four-wheelers or super truckers. Yeah, everywhere. I have Aflac. So if my boogie breaks my finger, I still get paid. That's good, Aflac. They pay you money direct to pay your bills while you're out. Thinking of calling an Uber to get from the parking lot to the store when I go for a shower. I wonder if they're running the shuttle at the Walcott I-80 over there in Walcott. Sometimes they have a shuttle. Today would be a good day to run that shuttle around. Those guys in the cinder block basements are getting free upgrades with security gates and vertical bars. Wow. You know what they need is a dehumidifier because their walls are all moldy from all the, because it's not insulated. The last ice age ended overnight, so the next one has to start sometime. We're starting into the next one right now. I stepped on a wiener and blew up my flip-flop. They're all frozen. When you see them outside now, they're all frozen. What's your thoughts on women not shaving? It's up to you. Your body, your choice. Don't care if you shave or not. If I don't have to shave, neither do you. Rent-A-Rim is real. Driving west on 80 to New Lenox. My pucker meter said stop. Right, so it's where I sit. Thank you, the great one. I don't know about that. But I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, women want to shave, don't shave. It's not for me to tell you how to take care of yourself, right? Princeton is Gibson County. Evansville is Vanderburg. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. What is it doing down there? They're kind of even with you, right? Was in New Jersey yesterday, and this driver was filling his truck with booty shorts. Really? He had some dude had booty shorts on? Filling his truck? Really? You're like, dang. The short's kind of tight over there, George. One day driving across Kansas, I noticed there was zero traffic. It was great. Then after an hour, they pulled me over and told me the road was closed. Hey, sir, the road is closed. What about the overhead signs? And I thought Tuesday night when I'm coming home, why did they not change the overhead signs? It still said, 60 miles, 57 minutes or whatever. It should have said winter storm warning, park. That's what it should have said here in Indiana. I drove in it for years, chose not to today. It should be your choice, certainly. Vincennes is Knox County. You got all the counties going on down there. Vincennes. Interstate 65 is worse when it snows. It gets windy. Yeah, oh, sure. North of here, the 200 or so right in there. That's White County up there. That's terrible. With the winds cutting across the road. Oh, my gosh. Have you noticed more people driving around at night without headlights? Yeah, and they said that's because people have automatic headlights, which I don't understand why people don't use them. Why are they turned off? Both of my cars have automatic headlights, and I just leave it on automatic. So at night, the lights come on, and they work really good. So I don't know why people don't have them set to automatic. I hate they tailgate you and zoom around and then slow down. Oh, that's a real problem. All right, that's a real problem. Then we pass them and go 55. Went to Iowa 80 truck stop for the first time last month. Interesting experience. Really, Jay, you never been there? That's one of the things that you're required to do in your life. You have to go to the I-80, Iowa 80, and you also have to attend Mid-America Truck Show at the end of March, one time in your life as well, the largest truck show in the United States. Why you need food on the truck? Let's stop playing game. Walmart is their stock up. Well, people, they're saying, look, keep food in your car. You should, if you're going to go out in the bad weather, keep a bunch of food in your car. I'm like, how long am I stuck in my car where I got to eat? You can't go on a car ride without eating. Yeah, booty short drivers going to the manhole. I don't get the booty short thing. I'm like, oh, dig up the nice Daisy Dukes over there. Let's get those covered up. Battle squeak. There's a giant wreck in Monroe, Michigan. Truck was split open and cargo all over the freeway. Oh, God. Don't tell me it's limes. New job for lot lizard fuel trucks at the fuel line. Look, if they would do full service on that, that's not bad at the fuel lines like it used to. Booty shorts, no gender. Well, they do when you turn around. Oh, you grew up there? Oh, all right. Oh, that's right, because you had family in Evansville. My 2021 International LT has automatic headlights. Okay. Do you use them? Do you keep it on automatic? I mean, I have it on in the cars, and so I don't ever turn on the headlights. They just come on, amazingly. Do you use them on the International, and do they work good? I-90 and the lake effect snow at night in the pits. Oh, that's right, up there too. That is a problem. The real question is, how do they drive and not go, oh, my headlights are off? Because the LED daytime running lights are really bright. Okay, I've got them on the Escape. You could drive with them, and the gauges are always lit now. They're always lit like a party. So the gauges are lit up, and the lights are bright enough where I think you could drive with them off. Well, you should have a survival kit and blankets in the winter. Well, I guess, but they all said food. Like, so I got 6 jars of peanut butter, 6 boxes of graham crackers. How long am I going to be in my car? Could have pulled them over for smuggling bananas. Yeah, exactly, DOT. Yeah, what are we doing with the booty shorts? And plus, it's cold. I never understood shorts in the cold weather. I don't understand shorts 100%. Anyway, I'm always in pants at work. Usually, because sometimes I'll wear a tux. So leave my lights on all the time. When you turn the truck off, the lights turn off. Recently saw a truck on 35 with no lights for miles. Tempted to warn him. No CB either, probably. I don't run the lights during the day. People do that. I don't. It keeps the yellow lights on, right, as daytime running lights. I'm normally not out when it's light out. That won't be for another 3 months anyways, before it even gets light before I get to work. So I'll be at the Louisville Truck Show. Hope they don't cancel. The guy there wrote to me and said they will not cancel the show unless the Kentucky governor does not allow the show to go on. They are 100% on the show unless they're canceled by the state. So the show is a go this year, 50 years at Mid-America. So let's go there. I'll be there probably Friday, Saturday now, it looks like, and maybe all 3 days. So we'll see how that works. Padded bike shorts work pretty good on a bumpy road. Maybe under your pants or something. Headlights always on automatic, but remember to turn off wipers. If the truck auto starts and wipers on, the headlights are on. Truck stop etiquette. Yes. It's like driving through the drive-in years ago, right? Headlights off to keep everybody asleep. Although now, half the trucks parked have their headlights on. Those lights should go off when you pull the parking brake, but some people have their lights on when they're parked sleeping. Been noticing people not using their wipers when it's raining. Rain-X, it works good. I've blasted around. I have it on the cars. I apply it. And there's a lot of rainstorms where I don't have to run the wipers at all. It doesn't work as good on the truck, it seems like, because of the angle of the windshield. Yeah, if they Rain-X it and the windshield's at the right angle, absolutely. When I had an international and an automatic, they always worked good. But after I drove long enough, left them on all the time. Probably dumb, but it's just a habit I started. Look, it's up to you. I don't run them because then they actually did a study about this. That daytime running lights work good for safety, but leaving your lights on during the day was less safe for people behind you because the lights are on in the back. And so when they turn to a brake light, it is a different amount. It's like partially on, then on full. And that's different than it being off and going on full. And so people were less likely to notice it as a brake light. And so they said the best thing is a daytime running light that does not activate your tail lights for safety. Smith System says always use your lights to become more visible. You are, but the problem was with the tail light problem. Because of new laws passed this year, the governor of Kentucky cannot close it. Oh, really? Okay, well then we're 100%. As they said, the only way they would not run the truck show this year is if the government wouldn't let them run it. So I guess we're on. One ticket will get you in all 3 days. One ticket, yes. That ticket is good for every day. So your entrance is good for all days of the show. Had a car running with no tail. There's not much that goes on Thursday, though. Had a car running with no tail light. Flashed him 10 times. He finally got the point. It just burned out. I've seen newer cars turn on the backing lights when you start the car. The backing lights. It makes me think they're backing up. That's such a dumb thing. Yeah, why would they do that? Now, Chevy has always done this. When you hit the unlock, the headlights and the reverse lights come on. But that's to let you see. That's to help you see. So Fords only turn on the parking lights when you remote start it. Headlamps are required in Ontario, Canada all day long. Right. That's where those daytime running lights started. I'm starting at Creel Camp Trucking. Do you know anything about them, Anthony? Creel Camp? No, I haven't seen them in a while. Creel Camp. Now spraying your windshield at fuel line with the hose and give everyone a free unwanted shower. Oh, yeah, that also spray your truck with that same hose and then clean it off with the squeegee. I've seen that. That's pretty good. That's way less than the blue beacon. Drivers use headlights when they're sleeping. They seem to. They seem to be burning their lights all night. I think they want to keep them warm so they don't have to get out in the morning and scrape the ice off of them. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Every truck stop has 2 or 3, probably per 100 trucks parked that have their headlights on while they're asleep. I don't know how people don't notice them. Because what do you park and you do not go inside to do anything like your evening stuff that you do at night or whatever? So I guess not. Because, I mean, if you parked and went inside, you're like, oh, my headlights are on. Then apparently the Swift safety person calls you up and goes, are you a moron? Turn your lights off. What about automatics in the snow and ice? Well, automatics, yeah, no problem. Just like a car. Right? People gripe about them or whatever. No issues. I don't have any issues at all driving an automatic truck in the ice or snow. Really at all. The only problem is that sometimes it'll shift when you don't want it to. I would have held the gear because I don't want it to stop. But otherwise, no issues. What's the weather like where you're at this ice starting? What are you hearing about in that area? So in Lafayette, Indiana, as of about 30 minutes ago, we were looking at 19 degrees, 7 below zero wind chill, 27 mile an hour winds, snow through 9 p.m. We've had a foot of snow. Most roads in the area are either closed or impassable. And they're asking people not to drive. The map's red, orange, and red everywhere. 74 is closed between Indy and Cincinnati for about 25 miles in the Batesville area, I think. Shelbyville, Batesville, down there near the Casket Company. 69's closed south of Indianapolis, almost all the way to Evansville on the map. And basically don't drive. They're asking people to stay home Even Subaru closed, which never closed. The Subaru plant here in town, which is in Lafayette, right? The only Subaru plant in the United States, closed. They almost never close. Those trucks with the headlights in the truck stop could be how the company set up the truck. Our 2019 Volvo operates different from... Well, the company... Why won't the headlights turn off with the parking brake? That's dumb, in my opinion, then. I mean, once you pull the parking brake, the headlight should turn off. It should change to parking lights. If you're in an unsafe place like a ramp, I would say leave your park lights and flashers. Oh, absolutely. Whenever I'd park anywhere where I thought anybody might hit me, parking lights stayed on, just to give them a little bit better view or whatever. I agree with that. Ryan, I just ordered my wife one of the jackets using the code. All right, well, thank you very much, and you're going to love it. It's warm, okay, and my wife approved of it. It is warm. Give it about 3 minutes to preheat, as it'll say in there, and then it goes to medium. Turn it on high. It takes another 2-3 minutes to get all the way cranked up to high. It's warm, and it is really warm. I used to put Rain-X on my truck. It makes you feel like Superman in a rainstorm. It doesn't last long. I agree. You just reapply it. Use Rain-X windshield washer fluid as well, but I like it. I think it's great. It also helps on your car in the winter. The ice doesn't stick to it. Water doesn't stick to the glass, so the ice will just come right off of there. I do always go in. It would seem like, what are we doing? You park? I mean, nobody have to go to the bathroom or anything before they go to bed? I don't know. Any car I buy has to have the amber turn signals in the rear. Yeah, you don't see those everywhere. The Sonic's got them, and I don't have them on the Escape. So I think they should be required. They're required in Europe. They don't require them here. Fast Joe doesn't know what's going on. No. Ask about detention pay with Creel Camp. Better yet, use the questionnaire. Also, add items that are specific to your needs and requirements. Well, I appreciate that. Yes. Well, you're already there, but yeah, what about the detention pay there? Those Firestone Winter Force tires are nice in these conditions, Ryan. They're great. That Sonic will go anywhere. That all you people commuting in your F-250 four-wheel drives, I'll take that Sonic on any road in this county and follow you around. Go to manual on the automatic transmission. If you don't, it won't. It'll shift at the wrong time if you allow it. My company doesn't allow manual on it. That's why sometimes it'll shift at the wrong time, but otherwise, Trudeau resigned. Is that going to happen? I don't think so. They've tried to boot him out of there like 3 times already with votes, and they can't get him out of there, recall him or whatever. What I've noticed a lot more of these kids that disable their taillights. Who disables their taillights? That sounds like somebody that's going to run from the cops. You have a taillight switch where you could turn your taillights off and take off from the cops. These kids. Ever drive with your turn signal always on when in an interstate? Always in the right lane and the right turn signal. Shut it off when passing an exit. No, that does sound like fun, I guess. The truck warns you after a couple minutes. It gets really loud, though. So I don't know how you would do that now. Rain-X on the mirrors and side windows. Yeah, that can help, too. The mirrors, I guess, they stay cleaner because they're heated. The guy who can only think about always-on lights is they had hoods removed in parking lots. When I'm parked, I turn on my marker lights to assist the person parking. Paul, I'm with you. Leave the parking lights on. I just don't like the headlights left on. Plus, I think they burn out sooner. That's just the theory that they're going to run so many hours. So you have all these extra hundreds of hours a year you're running them, and so it's going to run up your headlight bill. I don't know. We get it daily views. Typing with no readers. Yeah, what's a reader? The Freedom Convoy. There'll be one here too. So we'll see how that works. Well, I wanted to pop in and say hello and see what everybody's doing out here. So I don't want to hold everybody up for the whole day. The second I see someone trying to park next to me at nighttime, I will flip on the parking lights to help the guy. I flip them back and forth. Flipping them. Leave me. Don't park too close to me. Yikes. So yeah, absolutely. I'm here. Don't worry about it. Start blinking your headlights. That's not a bad idea if it would turn the lights on as there's like some kind of sensor. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. So that's the weather here. Or keep them on till someone parks. I just leave them on now. Just leave them all the way. And yeah, as we head out, we can do that. Let's see here. Oh, this one too. The weather's so bad that if I can get these clicky things to work. What? There's snow out everywhere? Yikes. Even the Torty that thinks there's too much snow out there. So I'm going to head out and see what's happening over here. No messages for them. Yeah, absolutely. So be safe. Look, if it's the winter's bad, that's the one to come on and say, park it. Okay, just park. That's all we have to do. Park it. Because no matter what the load is, unless it's an organ or something like that, I mean, really, your career can be ruined by somebody else can run into you and ruin it. You could hurt somebody, and I don't think that's worth it anymore. I guess I've mellowed out as I approach my extreme upper 30s. But really take into consideration, is this worth it today? For one day that I can park and, maybe rest or whatever, relax for the day and just, and start it out tomorrow. Because, hey, the sun will come out tomorrow. That's what I've been told by people, And actually, the sun will come out. It will come out tomorrow. Best way to unfreeze your tandem, hammer. If you can't bounce them around in the snow or whatever, you're going to need a good hammer down there. A solid sledge and just bang on the drums. Really, bang the drum. And that's true. Why don't semis have heated windshields? Wipers? I have no idea. I don't know. Why can I get them on an Audi that's 10 years old and I can't get them today on a semi? It doesn't make any sense. Recently just received my license. I currently have a drive a box truck. Stuck here in Tulsa in the snowstorm. Well, look, park that thing too. And yeah, absolutely. Every driver, right? Park it. Car, truck, yeah. Yeah, alcohol in the lines. If you can work it back there, you may have to get in there and pound those drums. And when you park, do not set the trailer brakes. Right? Always drag your trailers in there. And what I mean, you pull down the Johnny valve, we used to call it. I don't know what the drivers call it today, the trailer brake valve. Drag that in when you're getting ready to park. Drag that for a while to heat up the trailer brakes. Not where they're locked. You want them to turn, but you're building up heat that burns the water off of them. Park and do not set the trailer brakes if your truck still has that valve. I guess some of them don't have it now. So, yeah. Joan, thank you for going away. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in today. Believe me, I didn't know if anybody would pop in. I thought I'll just pop up here and see what's going on in the bad weather, give maybe an update, and have everybody park, spend time with the cat. Oh, yeah, she's always ready. She's always up for that. Since she's parked on my blanket, I guess I'll have to pet her until she gets up, but that's what we do. Yeah, we got hit with more snow in Spokane. Almost got hit this morning taking my kids to school. A couple local rejects slid through sideways. Yeah, people aren't paying attention. See, that's scary. You're not even driving. You're taking your kids to school. That's why people should not be out if they don't have to be, right? Just a minimal amount. And winter tires or four-wheel drive, right? Winter tires or four-wheel drive. Once you drive them, you will never go back to regular tires. Always nice to do a brake test because I haven't set it for years. That's true, too. If you run in bad weather, remember to sign your organ donor card. Always be in Nook. And seriously on that, because I have a friend who lives in Tampa, outside of Tampa, who received a kidney and liver from a donor, that unfortunately died in an accident. So, I know somebody that has received an organ. So if you are not a donor, please consider doing that or donating a family member if you're the one that they ask. Because of that, he's alive today. And, because somebody chose to be a donor. So it's important. It saves somebody's life. You don't need them anymore. That's my opinion. So I'm a donor, and I recommend you are too. And that's the reason my friend is still alive now. Several years later, without those organs, he wouldn't be here with us. So I'm all for it. Keep the windshield warm and you'll not require heated wipers. You got to crank it, though. I've cranked that defrost so hot. That's two schools of thought on that. Keep it cold and then it won't freeze, or keep it warm. And I crank it up full and open the passenger window in the truck to let cold air in because it's so hot in the truck I'll start sweating. But that keeps that snow melted off of there, too. I'm the heat side of it rather than the cold side. Drivers in Spokane are something to be desired, especially in the winter months. See, people, if they don't know what they're doing, stay home. When you park it, put alcohol in the lines and never set your trailer brakes. Right. And then they always stay good. Especially here with just pulling different trailers all the time. It's super important here because you never know when the last time it was serviced. I've looked at some of them and they're like, last serviced in 2018. Oh, awesome. That means it got serviced in 2017 because that's the date on it. So remember, any resistance to park in bad weather. Sitting is boring, so I brought a laptop and filled it with video games and movies. Yeah, right. But you know what's also boring? Filling out police forms and explaining to your company why they have to come and pull you out of the ditch, or talking to a family who, you slid into them. So I agree. It's boring. It's way less boring to just be safe and go the next day, I think. That's just for me. That's the better thing, I think. So that's what we're doing on that. So Joan Harper made it in first today, right at the bell there. Wow, Bill, hey, what's going on? Wow, Bill Anderson, haven't seen you. It's good to see you today. We're going to head on out, though, so I don't hold everybody up. Christopher was here today. Thank you. Dark 688, I appreciate it. JJ, John Zablack was here. Let's see, and where am I going? Oh, Traveling Rider was here. Cassius King Trucking was here. I just wanted to pop in today and see what's happening. Paul Harris was here. Flat Highway. Be careful in town here. We'll see you sliding around town somewhere today. Anthony was here. Let's see. Where am I going? Ryan was here. And I'm going to Midlife Trucker. Thanks for being here, everybody. Take it easy out there. Be safe. Let's see. We're going to do this. And that. We're going to see what the cat is up to. And look, in just the bad weather, honestly, park. The load, unless it's super important like an organ, it can wait another day. And it really, if your company, I think this, if the company's like, no, you have to drive no matter what, you've got to come in, I don't like, that's not a great safety plan for places. It's not like it's just an inch of snow. We're at a foot of snow here. So I don't think that's a great safety plan. And I wish they wouldn't do it. It's time to consider maybe another place. So otherwise, we'll be back soon with another video. Be safe, and we'll see you. Oh, what do they say?